I must have written that without my glasses. The title's 98.6. So it's the seventh day of an eight-day hunt. Between the two snowstorms, the sub-zero temperatures, and the other dead hunters, we were shattered. I was hunting with my best friend Steve, and we've been post-holing outside of Crystal, Marble, Redstone. And the thing with best friends is, whoever taps out first is the loser. So, seventh day, we hadn't had core temperatures of 98.6 the entire week. We'd been wet and we'd been cold, and this was just miserable. But no one was going to tap out, neither of us. So, we had a plan. We each knew we were going to hunt about a mile apart, and we were going to meet up half an hour after sundown. That's the end of the hunting day. It's also very cold. It was about 10 below that day after sunset. So we meet up. I was probably about 92. You learn to tell your core temperature in the backcountry very quickly. It's very important to know that. Steve was already sitting there in the snow, and his head was back, kind of lolling on his neck. Something was wrong. He was injured. We were 90 minutes from my truck named Grendel and 90 minutes from Redstone. I didn't know what was wrong. I ran over to him, and he was just garbling, "Look at the stars. Look at the stars." And I knew instantly he was deep in a stage 3 hypothermia. First thing you do, unload the gun. Very first thing, take the bullets out. Second thing, you start doing the numbers in your head. 200 pounds, stage 3. Core temperature, 80 to 82 degrees. Where can he not go? He cannot go to 68 degrees. 68 degrees is organ failure. I can't dead weight him to the truck. I can't get him to Redstone in time. What should I do? I can make a fire. I'm excellent at making fires in the backcountry in the snow. Let's get a fire, let's get a space blanket, let's get some water heated, let's get him going. I can get his core temperature up, I can save him. He's my best friend. How can you not save your best friend? So I unzip him, looking for injuries, and he's soaking wet. He is wet to the core. He has fallen in water. He has fallen in water, and he did not radio me because he didn't want to tap out, because that's who he is. He's the toughest guy I know. He is not at 80 or 82. I instantly realize he's much closer. He's at 70 to 72. His flame is going down. His temperature is going down. He is 4 degrees away from 68. So I start running my hand around his waist inside his pants. Did the water get down there? Did it soak his legs? Can I possibly still get a fire going in time? I don't know. And then I find in the small of his back a flask. And it's open and it's empty. And that son of a bitch drank himself from stage 3 right to the edge of stage 4. And at that very moment, I know he's dead. There's no way. The numbers don't back out. I can't get him from that core temperature back into the 80s in time. He won't walk. I can't get him up on his feet. And I start yelling at him, "What have you done? How do I explain this to your wife, to your kids, to my family?" And he looks at the flask and he says, "Man, you got some wild turkey?" I'm like, "Wild turkey? You went with some crappy bottom basement bourbon to kick out? I mean, this could have been a Basil Hayden. It could have been a Knob Creek. It could have been a Baker's. Maybe I could explain a Maker's Mark to your wife, but I can't explain, God damn it, a wild turkey. Why not just be Southern Comfort or some plastic handle of Canadian Mist? God, you're going to die over this? If it was just full of black coffee, man, just black coffee, I could buy you 5 more degrees." And he looks at me. First time he's made eye contact, he looks at me and says, "Black coffee?" I said, "Yes, black coffee. What about black coffee?" "I need some black coffee." I said, "I have some in the truck. I have some in Grendel, my 67 Bronco, with a V8 pulled out of a 69 Gran Torino that only starts half the time. This is 90 minutes away. You need black coffee? Dude, do you need black coffee? Because I have some. I have a huge thermos." "I really don't." Chemical addiction. Could this be stronger than organ failure? It might. Because he's addicted to 2 things, nicotine and caffeine. "Steve, I have a carton of Marlboros, and I have a giant thermos of black coffee in the truck." He's really hovering about 4 degrees above death, and he stands up, and he says, "I need the coffee." And I tie a rope between us because it's pitch black. And he's going to wander off into the snow. He's going to fall down. He can barely move. His legs left, right, aren't really working. But I start singing little chants about coffee and cigs, coffee and smokes. I knew a sea shanty about coffee and smokes. I don't even know what a sea shanty is. But I'm not going to let him die because he was too proud to tap out. That damn 67 Bronco has a cloth top, cloth doors, and plastic windows. Best case scenario, I can get it to 25 degrees if the heater's going full blast, if it'll start, and if I can get that friggin' transmission to engage. I get him in, 5-point safety harness, it starts, we're going. The heater's on, I open him up, temperature's up, we get to Redstone as fast as we humanly can. Room 8, hot coffee, hot water, hot blankets. He's shivering uncontrollably. That's a great sign. I get him in the shower. By the time he's singing Robert Earl Keen, the road goes on forever and the party never ends, I know that Steve's going to live. We put on some clothes, we go down to the bar, we pour 2 bourbons, and he looks at me and he says, "That was close." I said, "It was." He said, "Thanks." I said, "No problem." And because we're emotionally stunted men who can't talk about our feelings, we've never spoken about it again. Cheers.